Non-Americans, what do you think every American person has in their house? A switch that when you flick it turns your sink into a blender. This is the most wholesome I've felt about my country in a while. Lol, yes, peanut butter, air conditioner, disposal in the sink. Popcorn setting on their microwave. Popcorn, pizza, and, oddly, potato. I am so surprised with this whole top-loading washing machine answer. Why is this abnormal? Washer collector here. Automatic washers became popular in the US during the early 1950s, and you had your choice between front load and top load. Top loaders had larger capacity, important with the baby boom. Had higher spin speeds so drying time was faster, important when many didn't yet own a dryer. Went out of balance less often, not trying to distribute a sloshing horizontal load. Had very fast cycle times, clothes washed in 20 minutes. And clothes/detergent could be added at any time after start of cycle. Plus you don't have to stoop to get the clothes out. In Europe, the constraints were different. Typically there was no dedicated laundry room, or basement for the larger machine. Laundry tended to be done more frequently so capacity wasn't as much of a concern. Water was/is more expensive, so a longer cycle time was acceptable for less consumption. And machine size was dictated by countertop height, as many were installed in kitchens out of convenience, and plumbing. In the US, front loaders are more common these days as energy efficiency is pushed, and advancing tech has improved upon many of the original constraints. But these flares tend to be supersize American-style machines with large capacity, and risers to get them up off the floor, so still quite different from their EU counterparts. The amount of garbage disposal, comments got me crying Lamau. In the UK our food gets composted, by the council in many areas. So we set it out on a little bin every week? In India, or more accurately, in my city, we set out dry garbage, and wet garbage separately, until we realized the garbage collecting guy just dumped everything in the same container anyway. Apparently Americans are rather fond of pickles, and peanut butter. Is that a fair assumption to make? I buy Reese's Pieces cereal, for dessert instead of ice cream. Some American cereals are ridiculous. Put them in ice cream. Better yet, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, life-changing. This thread is really making me question if European houses are just empty boxes, with a singular bag of tea in them. That's so insulting. There's lots of tea. Oh, the washing machines, where you put everything in the top. This fascinated me when we visited the States. They're huge. Yes, and a matching dryer. They make those as well. Drywall, lots of drywall. It's fire safety. Our houses are built out of wood, not stone. Even the brick ones just have brick on the outside. Drywall is just gypsum plaster between two sheets of paper to give it strength, so that it can be made into 8x4 segments used in construction. Back to the fire safety. Gypsum plaster absorbs water from the air, and can take 2+ hours to burn through. So it gives you crucial time to exit a house during a fire. It's very common here, Norway, in somewhat newer houses, but in a bit older houses it's quite unusual. Do you not have drywall? Apparently they tried to put drywall in new homes in the UK but people kept eating it skeptical. Pair it with some beans, and you're good to go. As an American I was expecting guns, but ranch dressing hurt for some reason. There. It's just the type we invented that caught on. They have other local favorite dressings in other countries, too. You just haven't heard of them. Large quantities of over-the-counter drugs in huge bottles. Like Tylenol and ibuprofen? Yes, actually. I keep my antidepressants out on the table, for my maid to see that I'm still miserable. A plastic bag filled with plastic bags. Plastic bags. A plastic bag filled with plastic bags. Though a lot of stores are going plastic bag free lately, depending on your state. The bag of bags is a time-honored tradition in many American homes. You can fit so many bags in this bag. Honey, the dog pooped, grab me one of the bags out of the bag. Peanut butter. I'm an American and it is rare that I don't have peanut butter in my home. Because you are sensible, and it's delicious. It's so strange that people, in other countries don't really eat much of it. I eat some every day. Putting a little dab of it on a square of dark chocolate is my favorite thing. Do Europeans not like peanut butter? I assume it's sweeter over here, or something, because I watched a video of Europeans trying PB&J sandwiches, and none of them liked it. I'm from the Netherlands, always have peanut butter in home. Heck, my mother works in a peanut butter store, sells only peanut butter in like 20 different tastes, and peanut butter merch. It's available but not something everyone would have in their cupboards. I associate a PB&J sarnie as part of US culture, as well as a grilled cheese. Smashing sandwiches, to be fair. I'm partial to both. Light brown skin. As an American, I absolutely love the adjective smashing. Please never stop saying this. Laundry dryer. In my country almost everyone dries their laundry on a wire outside, so the concept of a dryer is baffling to me. I only see them in American movies and shows. Do majority of you have it or not? The majority of us either have it, or have access to one, such as a shared laundry room in an apartment complex. Those who don't have one usually go to something called a laundromat, where it's basically just a room with a dozen or so quarter-operated washers and dryers. Almost no one I know, uses a clothesline to dry clothes. Where I live it would be a nightmare. It's either raining, so humid you can dang near drink the air, or snowing. Sometimes it'll do all three just to make us question why we live here. Yes, to everyone asking if I am from Michigan, I am. This makes a record amount for me by a mile. You have all brightened my day. Yes, it takes far more than a single quarter to wash clothes. Very quickly becomes expensive to wash clothes at a laundromat. Thank you for explaining. I live in Serbia and most of the time you can dry your clothes outside, except winter obviously. But one time while at my sister's, I had to dry some clothes for vacation. That was tomorrow, the weather was bad, and you simply can't find a dryer anywhere here. So we had to rig a portable AC unit with 2 hair dryers behind, and put the clothes on a rack to dry at lol. And that was me being lucky. If not for that unit I would have had to dry each one with hair dryer. And your creative ingenuity coupled with necessity is likely more or less how the dryer was invented lol. Every American household have a drawer full with random shit, dyed batteries, screws, shoelaces, etc. Called a junk drawer. Smile. Wait, we have more dishwashers than other high-income countries? I mean, I could live without one, but I really don't want to. I think my most upvoted comment is officially me being a confused American, which is funny since that's 50% of this website's content. Tea uses so much less water than hand washing, and makes things way cleaner,